Alrighty, hi there. This is the walkthrough video. It is the 18th of February in Try 3 Week 1. Welcome to the first week of Bio2. Yellow Bell work starts next week. People have an assigned seat. If you weren't here yesterday, we'll tell you where your seat is when you come back. And make sure you find and grab a pencil. I want to make clear that this is a no phone classroom. That's in the course contract. It is very clear. If you have to make arrangements for being picked up after school, that needs to happen during your lunch period. No earbuds unless you're allowed them by an individual learning plan, which could be an IEP, a 504, an ILP. No phones, no headbuds. They need to be out of your ears when you're coming into the classroom. You need to have all that packed away and come in ready to go. I'm really strict about it because the data is really clear that cell phones, active cell phones, are a huge impediment to learning. And as you'll see, today we're going to think about ways to maximize your learning. So our what for today is asking, how can we predict the probability of traits in the next generation? Remember, traits or phenotype both mean physical characteristics. We're going to explore how Punnett squares, which most of you have seen in middle school, are math tools that help us follow and predict how alleles might combine. We're going to start today with a little tip about embracing effort. Then the bulk of your work today is going to be watching an Amoeba Sisters video. If you've never used these before, they're used by bio classes across the country. So you're part of a big tradition of people your age who are using this video resource and the excellent assignment that accompanies it, which is going to serve as notes and practice problem for you. And then if you haven't finished it yet, there is a bit of time for people who are working very diligently to finish the Build a Bird assignment. And then just a reminder, we've got an inbox here. That's where you're going to turn in late work and the signed contract. On Thursday, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about grades and grading. I may be out tomorrow. My kid has a performance and I don't get to go in the afternoon, in the evening. So I'm trying to figure out if I can go in the afternoon. But we'll talk on Thursday together about grades and feedback in this class. It's different from other classes. All right, so I have an acquaintance. I haven't met him yet, but his name is Dr. Tyler Thigpen, and he is an educator who has worked with a lot of learners to think about ways to stop learning. So the first one he lists in this article is avoiding effort. Learners who sidestep effort make choices like taking shortcuts instead of working through the material, skipping instructional videos and tutorials, hoping to just figure it out later or figure it out as they go, and abandoning challenging questions for easier ones that leave gaps in understanding. When students do this, they create a gap in their learning that becomes harder to bridge over time. This pattern can lead to frustration, bad habits, and even the belief that success is unattainable, which it's not. So like we're starting together, it's a fresh start in the trimester. Now's a really great time to stop avoiding effort and instead embrace effort. And we embrace effort by doing things like working through the material, watching tutorials and provided videos, and doing the difficult questions and not skipping them. Okay, that's going to come back to us for us in a moment. Also in class, I spent a couple of moments talking about a tour of the room. I should make a slide that tells me I'm going to do that. It's important for people to know what parts of the room are like my area, what parts you have access to. And we're going to talk a little bit about the sinks. If you were absent today, don't drink water out of the back sinks. Don't bring food to the back of the room unless I tell you it's okay. Okay, so where have we been in our class? So remember, the story we're thinking about is that you have this ecosystem diversity, you have species diversity, but then we're really focusing in right now on genetic diversity and thinking about how genetic diversity impacts populations of organisms. And you'll remember that yesterday we used the mighty beautiful pigeon, right? And we learned that 1 cent of pigeon parents can have babies that look very, very different, right? Here is an example of spread and pattern, which you learned a tiny bit about. If these are the parents, you can get 4 types of babies, and they are 3 very different looking types of babies. So this big question we have, where we're going, is asking, why is that backwards? This arrow is backwards. I'm going to fix it. Hang on, we'll fix it later. How does this work, and how likely is each different offspring trait? Like how likely is it that you're going to have this pattern or this pattern? So to do that, we're going to switch model organisms and we're going to look at guinea pigs. They're a great case study. Do you notice that there are lots of different guinea pigs, but one guinea pig is different from the rest of the guinea pigs in the picture? You might have picked this one because it has long fur, or this one because it's a different color palette. But I'm hoping to draw your attention to this pig who does not have any fur. So this is, it's called a Bradson guinea pig or Brabson guinea pig. This guinea pig has fur at the very beginning, but then all of its hair falls out. So it's a hairless guinea pig. And I've shown a similarly colored guinea pig on the other side, so you can see those differences. Turns out that this phenotype is caused entirely by genetics. And today you're going to explore the alleles, which are flavors of genes that make a pig hairy or unhairy. That's what we're thinking about today. And remember, allele is the flavor of a gene. Today, our CAN statement is asking you to create and use Punnett squares as models of how alleles interact to code for traits through simple dominant and recessive inheritance. You don't need to remember all that, but you do need to remember we're going to be using some Punnett squares. Again, many of you have seen them. So today's task involves a video that's been linked on Canvas and a handout. Your copy is black and white, but it is the copy here on the right. Here are the quick reminder for you. When we embrace effort, we personally work through the material. We don't let other people do the thinking. You have to practice the thinking. You can't do this assignment without the video, so please make sure you're watching the video. And then don't skip difficult questions. Work together, think together. The whole room is doing it, so if I'm not available to help you because I'm working with another student, ask somebody else in the room. So the video link's on Canvas, like I said. Watch the video and fill out the recap form at the same time. Assignment. You can pause and rewind the video as you work, so you might not catch something and you might have to go back. That's fine. And then just be aware that the handout has two sides, right? One more thing is that there's time today for you to finish build a bird when you are done. Remember, you're turning in the drawing and the handout so that we can start to build a library of pigeons as we think about how they all look similarly different. All right, at the end of class today, we tidied our workspace and we're going to turn in all of your work. You should have finished the Amoeba Sisters assignment by now. Again, tomorrow I may be absent, but you're still going to have an assignment on Canvas. And I actually passed out the paper to people who were here today. So just a heads up for you that you can print it off Canvas or you can wait and watch that walkthrough video. So maybe I'll be available on Wednesday, in which case we'll just do that set of assignments. All right, I hope you're taking care out there. I'll see you soon. Bye.